Hey guys, my name is Bina Walker. I am a mom of 5 and we have a 4th, 2nd kindergartner and a preschooler and a 10-month-old. And today I am so excited to share about what we do for 2nd grade. So I use the Happy planners and I love them because you can basically make your own planners, and I use the online scheduler that comes with Timberdoodle, and I print out their daily schedules, and also the kit comes with the printed out planner. I literally read this and skim through it every single year before the school year starts for us, and I love it because it tells you kind of how to teach the works, how many lessons are in there, and how you should sort of plan out your day and your weeks. And it also has an awesome section where it recommends different books and everything else. It's called the Obsessed Reader, and so we get a lot of our reading choices from there as well. So we do about 46 to 48 weeks of school per year, and we like to spread things out so we're done about a little bit after lunch. Our kindergartner and preschooler are done pretty much, you know, right around lunchtime after our morning time. Their school takes about an hour to hour and a half, so it's not too bad. And the kindergartner probably takes about an hour and a half to 2 hours because he likes to take breaks. All of us like to take breaks, right? And so this is basically what her schedule looks like for the week, and so it basically spreads it out into the different subjects here, like language arts and math and building thinking skills and art and all the things. And so this is her whole entire week, and so she knows she's supposed to do math every single day, spelling every single day, building thinking skills every single day, and her daily 6 trait writing every single day, because if it's all in one day for my 2nd grader, it's kind of hard for her to sort of plan out her day that way. When she's done those 4 works, then she's able to pick about 4 different works that she wants to do for that day. I don't tell her she needs to do, you know, this first, that second, that third. I let her plan out her day. And so on her work plan, there's basically like, you know, some difficult works, some medium-sized works, and some kind of easy works. And so I let her choose a hard, a, you know, medium difficulty and an easy work, and then let her choose any one, you know, that she wants. And she likes planning her day out that way. So let's get started with language arts. So I got these bins from Target, and I literally just stacked like 5 of them in a row on her cabinet, where we have some built-ins in the living room. And I love these because I'm able to like literally label, you know, language arts, math, and everything else, and I like to organize it this way for them. She decorated hers with stars. And so for the state of Texas, we have about 5 subjects to use. I can link that video of how to homeschool here in Texas and what's required. And so they have to do spelling, reading, writing, grammar, and good citizenship and math pretty much, you know, for the whole year. And so for spelling, we use Spelling UC, and I have looked into all about spelling, and we're probably going to do level 1 and 2 this upcoming year, just so that we have like the basics and the spelling rules on, okay, if this says this, it should probably sound these, and here are the rules of why C makes the S sound, right? And so she likes this. I like it because it's kind of just like easy go. You have like, you know, your little excerpt right here. You underline the consonant chunks or the bossy R's, and I like how they teach it that way. And then you know, have your dictation on the other side. That one doesn't have it, of course. And I can't get to it. Here we go. And so you're basically copying down how to spell those words, and then they have A, B, C, D, E, and then the very last page is let me read it to you and you write it down. And I'm not, you know, like, oh, you got this wrong, you got this right. If they ask for help, I'm like, okay, well, what sound does that make? And what other sounds can that make? And, you know, what kind of chunk do you think this is? And so I literally help them with the spelling, because as adults, I know that not everyone knows how to spell every single word unless you're an absolute spelling genius. And we have, you know, automations and, you know, text and everything else to just sort of speak into. And so I know that she will have those resources when she's older, so I can be her Google and help her how to spell something, right? And so, okay. And so on Fridays, I'll go into what I have her do on Fridays, but I have her do this grammar workbook, just to reinforce, you know, the different kinds of parts of speech and everything else with, you know, sentence structure, capitalization, punctuation, subject verb agreement, and all that good stuff, right? And so I have her do that. And then I have her do daily 6 trait. Where is it? And with Daily Six Trait, she, you guys, loves decorating all of her books, you guys. And what I love about Daily Six Trait is that they basically lay it out in your book for you. So there isn't a separate, you know, teacher's manual, which I like. And they basically go, here's what you should cover day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. And then on day 5, they have a journal prompt down here for you. And so she has her journal here. And I love getting journals that have a space to, you know, color and to write. And this is her old journal, so that's why it's still, you know, like kindergarten style. But for this upcoming year, she is going to get one that's just single space line and then a picture and a blank page on the other side. And she also does, and with the kit, this came in the kit Word Fun book. It's really kind of cool how it sort of, you know, you learn the different parts of a sentence and, you know, parts of speech with fun, just storylines. And she likes the illustrations and it just makes it fun for her. So we like doing this as well. So the kids also do Expo the Code. This was a part of their Montessori that they were doing. And I just really liked how it, you know, was easy, fun, and simple, and it's, you know, reinforcing kind of what they're learning all together in one spot. I just like how it reinforces what they're learning for their grammar. So so our 4th grader actually is on, I think, level 7, and I said, you know what? You already know how to spell most of these things. We went to the back and I had her do, you know, the teacher test with me. And I was like, all right, you already know everything. So I'm probably going to stop using these once my kid is done with 3rd grade. And so I'm going to have her probably do maybe like 8 pages a week, like a whole lesson per week, rather than just doing, you know, 4 pages a week, so that she can get through as many as she can before she hits 4th grade. In the Timberdoodle planner, they have something called the Obsessed Reader, and it's just, you know, let's read about history, let's read about this, and there's all these different subjects that you can read about. And so we have the kiddos keep a reading log, and I wanted her reading log, you know, she's very artistic, and so I wanted her reading log to have a really big spot where she's able to draw something or color something, sketch something about what she's reading. And I don't have a classroom of, you know, 20, 30 kids, so I don't need my kiddo to write like a big old book report about, you know, what they learned from that book. I can have a conversation with my child, or they can, you know, write a couple sentences or tell me about it as they're reading it, for me to know that they're actually reading it, they're actually understanding the concepts, they know who the characters are and such. And so I like this one for the 1st and the 2nd graders. And there was even a simpler one that I found online, and I just really liked how this one just was formed. And I like that it was just, I don't know, it just seemed very simple and wonderful to me. So she's going through this, and I have the kiddos do their reading logs on Fridays. I don't make them do a reading log for every single book that they've done. I have them just write a list of all the books that they've read for the year, but I want them to be able to sort of pick and choose. Oh my word, I really like this book. I want it to be special and in my reading log. And so that's what we do there. Here's another example of, we started out with this reading log, and I think it was just a little too complicated for the beginning of the school year for her. And so when she does have both, so she's able to choose which one she wants to do. And I am not going to be a huge stickler for, you know, when she's older and in, you know, 3rd and 4th grade. I'm going to let her choose which one she wants to do. And then she'll have these, you know, when she is older to go through. And I can show her children one day, look what your mom did. Look what she did. But anyway, we'll see. I don't know. Okay, for science, we do loop subjects for our homeschooling routine and rhythm. We do Science Revolution for all of our kids, but we also buy the Evan and Moore science book, and I really like it because it breaks it up into units, and then there's a nice activity at the end for them to do. And, you know, we do Science Revolution maybe once or twice a month, and we kind of chunk in, you know, 2 to 5 lessons every time we do it, like we do a Science Saturday, right? Or, you know, history, whatever. Saturday. And so this is nice for during the week for them to get their science in. And then they also have Wile E. Coyote books in their kit. And you guys, I love these so much because it makes it so fun. And the storyline of him always trying to catch him is just so hilarious. And she really likes these. And so Some of the words are a little complicated, and so if she needs help reading these, we do it together, or she does it with Anthony, and they just go on the beanbag upstairs and read these, and it's super fun for her. Now, for math, we use Math-U-See. I really like their approach of mastery. Each lesson builds on each other, and I love the math manipulators because you're able to like look at the number of what you're actually working with. And it comes with a test booklet and a whole entire workbook. And I really like how, you know, it goes A, B, C, D, E, F, G. The first couple pages are really going over what the lesson is. And then the last few pages in the A, B, C, D, E, F, G sequence is review and the current lessons questions. And I really like that they have the digital pack, and so you're able to watch the lessons with your child. And they also have a textbook that you can actually read through, and it's over, you know, it's really great just to have those multiple resources. We also do building thinking skills. She didn't have this last year. And so this is just, you know, patterns and, you know, logic thinking, seeing the differences and similarities, pattern sequencing, and just all sorts of wonderfulness. It has like map reading and everything else, if you guys can see it. And so here's what it looks like, some of the pages, and there you go. She likes this one because it's fun for her to do the different patterns and such. And so for geography, we use Beautiful Feet books, and we do their kindergarten through 3rd grade U.S. geography curriculum as a family. And we also use the Evan and Moore geography book. And I love these because it's so colorful, and there's a fun, like, you know, cut and paste kind of activity at the end, where they're able to create their own kind of, you know, city or landscape and such. And she really likes this book. So in the Obsessed Readers, she also have some books that we pick out for the beginning of the month, and she'll try to finish these. So she's doing Black and Benders. She's also doing the books about different countries, and right now she's going over one about Australia, and she really loves that one. I just really like their book recommendations because it's such a wide variety of different genres that I wouldn't necessarily have even thought about to pick for my child. And so she goes through those every day. She reads about 15 minutes about history. So we have the Who Was books. She can pick one, go through it. We also have some, you know, picture books about historical figures. So I'll have her, you know, she can either do that or the Who Was books. And then we have the Obsessed Reader. She's, you know, able to pick a book from that section where we pick out at the beginning of the month which book she's reading. And then she has her fun reading that she does at night on her Kindle. So she has about 45 minutes of reading per day. And that's, you know, on top of what she does for her reading in her actual work plan. And if she, you know, didn't take a lot of snack breaks, she would be done around, you know, lunchtime, maybe 1 or 2. And she, you know, when you're homeschooling and you have a cute little baby, it is hard to focus, right? And so that's what I love about having a routine is we have these different, you know, windows of work time and independent work and family work, so that she can get those things done. And we know homeschooling is flexible. So we are able to, man, you didn't get this done. Well, let's, you know, run to gymnastics. And when we come back, just, you know, try and get this done. And then we'll just, it's okay. We'll pick up the next day. That's why we school her year round. It's okay. For art, she has these sticker mosaics that came with the kit. She really likes that. And then step-by-step drawing. And you guys, it's just, it's so fun to see like what they draw and what they come up with. And she likes doing this. I also got this for my 4th grader for them to do together while we do read alouds. And so all their art stuff, they basically, you know, do during read aloud time where I'm like, hey, let's read, you know, right now we're going through the Winnie the Pooh classics. And so I'm like, all right, grab your, you know, your Starry Night, or grab your mosaics, grab whatever. And, you know, let's draw a read aloud. There goes my stack of her work. Okay, she also has this that came in the kit, and this is so fun because it's basically like a journal all about yourself. And it's just, some of the prompts, you guys, are just so hilarious. And, you know, she finished it within 2 months. And so I was like, well, you want to go back and color it now? And she's like, no, I'm okay. So it's there if she wants to, and some of the pages she has colored, but she's already finished this guy. And her 4th grade sister has a write and draw your own comics, so I thought this would be kind of fun to do as like a sister's work together. And so some of the comics, you guys, that she has come up with and her sister are just so hilarious and witty and clever. And I just love seeing the different storyboards and storylines that they create and their characters and something and everything like that. And so I just love seeing the different things that they create. It is so fun to just watch what they do and see it on paper. It's just so fun, you guys. So I also threw in a couple coloring books in here for her to do while we have story time. Timberdoodle in their kit actually adds this test booklet called Test Prep, and we don't start this until like November, December, January, depending on the grade level that they're at. And she is in 2nd grade, and she was still working on her 1st grade one in, you know, July and August and September. And then I have her start this one. And so I have her do about 4 pages every single week, because I want her to like gently be introduced to this, because we haven't learned everything yet in it. So I always start this later. And so we school year round, 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday. And I try to finish around lunchtime. And then we have like actual lessons for the older kids in the afternoon when my little baby is sleeping. And so I try to have them be done around 1, 2, or 3, depending on how many snack breaks we like to take, or dance breaks. Those are some great breaks too. And so on Fridays, I make a special checklist. So here is the Friday checklist here, and it's nothing, you know, elaborate, nothing crazy. It's literally just like a table in Word, and it just has what I want her to do for the whole entire day on Friday. And it's basically, you know, let's revisit your building thinking skills, do 4 pages. We do the grammar book, and I want her to complete 1 reading log, and then she does 20 minutes of obsessed reader, and then, which is literally just picking a book from their whole section and then filling out their table at the end. And then 1 letter of math. So that's like a front back page, either A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And then 4 pages of test prep. And then I want her to do 15 minutes of drawing or art or any one of those things in her art basket. And then I want her to play a game, like a board game or a card game with her siblings, one that she hasn't done for a month or 2, to, you know, help with logic and good sportsmanship and how do we have manners when we play a game, and thinking about strategy and everything else. Right now we're really into storytime chess, and, you know, the kiddos are just really loving chess, and then they also like the game Smack It and Blink. And, you know, in her Timberdoodle curriculum, she also has the logic game called Walk the Dog, and so we use that as well. And so it comes in this little basket, and they have these different challenges, and the pieces are just so fun, and you have to like connect the different things. And so, and here are the different challenges, and you have to kind of make them all line up. We have one that's all about dinosaurs as well, so she can pick between this or that. And then she also has her building robotics things here. This is the Fisher Technique Advanced, and she's building this little dump truck crane thing here, and so she works on that on Fridays. And then I have her also clean their rooms on Fridays, just so that on Saturday and Sunday I want us to just have free time, right? Like, what do you want to do? Like, what are your interests? Let's do that instead. Let's go run errands, or let's go out exploring. Let's go on a walk, or let's go to here or there. And so I want the weekends to be free from cleaning, right? And so, and then I want her to clean and wipe her cubby. So she'll just take out her bins, wipe it out, and then put everything back in there, and then we're all set for the following week. And what I really love about the Timberdoodle kits, you guys, is that their materials and what they curate for their different curriculum is just so incredible, because it's all hands-on, and it really looks at the whole entire, you know, brain. Like, how can I get art in there? How can I dive deeper, you know? And so I love that. And I love that I'm able to use the online scheduler to add what I want to add as well, right? Like the Beautiful Feet books, geography, and the other science, and the Explode the Code, and some other works as well. I find that, you know, when I find a curriculum that I really want to use, and it may or may not work for my kiddo, I'm able to adjust and then adjust that planner, right? And so I really enjoy the flexibility in there that they have for their online scheduler. And so every month I check in, you know, like a deep dive check-in with where she's at. And then if I need to sort of up how many pages she's doing, or, oh my goodness, it looks like you're done with your book, let's take this off of your planner. And every morning I basically have a check-in with her. Hey, how are you planning your day? Like, you know, you have to get all these things done. What are you going to plan for your day? Do you have any questions? Oh, let's look at the pages that you are doing today. Here's what this is saying. This is what you need to do. Great, go and do that. And while she's doing her independent work, I'm teaching the younger kiddos their lessons, and then we have lunch. And then if there are actual teaching lessons, I try and squeeze those in there if I can, or we just wait until the baby is sleeping again in the afternoon, so that she's ready to do that work the following day during her independent work. You guys, thank you so much for watching. I know this is long. There are a lot of things, right, that you want to teach your kiddo and do. And I just hope that this video has helped and encouraged you to get an idea of what you could possibly use for 2nd grade. We also do morning time in the morning, and we go over, a couple different devotionals. We do poems in the morning. We do Greek mythology, Black history, Asian history. We do different historical figures. And we also are learning about composers. So there's all these different things also that we do in the morning that isn't necessarily a part of the kit, but we cover as a family. So like and subscribe, you guys, and I hope to see you guys soon, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.